The two original Rookie Kings are making their way back to Japan. Aloha Manga Clip Chapter 1315 of Hajime no Ippo has finally dropped, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt, it is time to send Ippo and Sendo back to Japan, the land of the samurai, from the great Mexican brawls that they have been having. Now, while they are standing in the airport, Sendo keeps trying to rile Ippo up, trying to get the fire lit inside him once again by saying, "Ippo, I beat Gonzalez, but Gonzalez beats you, so technically I'm stronger than you." That's right. And Ippo, straight up doing the Ippo thing, says, "Yeah, you're actually pretty correct. Even if I didn't want to agree, you did beat Gonzalez, who beat me, so there's no way that I can argue." And Sendo says to himself, "But I bet you're thinking you're still better than me." And Ippo, in his own way, says, "I've never thought that before." This is really kind of playing on their dynamic. It was mentioned to me that this is kind of like a Bakugo Deku kind of situation where one of them is trying to have a rivalry, the other one is just trying to be friends, and that's how it is. I really enjoy seeing these two interact with one another because they do seem to really understand what happens. But Ippo finally asks Sendo the question that we've all been wondering. You did beat Gonzalez, and you were called out by Ricardo. Will you, as the #1 contender for the belt, finally step up and face the world? And Sendo says, "Not at this moment in time. My broken hand needs time to heal, but worry not, I'm going to sock him real good." And Ippo looks worried. He looks concerned because he sees that while Sendo has all of this brutality and this like animalistic instinct behind him, he doesn't think that it's enough to really crack the outer layer that is Ricardo. That's really, really cool to me. It shows that Sendo has the ability to get a little bit stronger and put up a fight. And I think that we will see eventually Sendo fight Ricardo and lose, and Hajime no Sendo will finally be over, and I will be so sad. I don't want to see Sendo and Ippo fight against each other one more time. I feel like that storyline is done. But I think training together and learning from one another, becoming better boxers, sword sharpen swords. That's a very weird way to say. Basically, you work and train with somebody who's just as good, if not slightly better than you, so you can become better yourself. And it just keeps this pulling mechanism up and up and up and going. But Ippo is left in the hands of the wrestlers, and they are saying adios, goodbye. And he's thinking, isn't adios a sports brand? And they explain adios means goodbye. And Ippo asks, "What's let's meet again?" And they respond with "Nos vemos de nuevo." And then he asks how to say thank you, and they say gracias. And he says, "Thank you for all your help on this entire trip. Adios, nos vemos, gracias." And the two wrestlers run behind him yelling, "Viva Makunoichi!" As he boards this plane. He sits there thinking to himself. Now, I am reading this from my phone because my internet is down, so I apologize. He says, "It was just a short trip, but so much happened. I have a feeling I learned a lot." And he remembers Kamogawa saying to keep learning. That's the goal. The best materials are over in Mexico. And Ippo is very thankful that he is flying back with this knowledge that he has gained. But we finally cut back to the tremendously terrific trio of Takamura, Kimura, and Aoki really doing some shadow boxing on the top of the Kamogawa gym. And they keep asking, "Did anyone see the fight? Don't talk about it. I haven't seen it yet." And we get to see Kimura, who I did not recognize at first, with some long flowing hair. Turns out that's just a wig from some good old Takamura bullying, because his hair's not grown back. It has been very much, malgrown, and he is just looking ridiculous. So overall, there's not a lot that happened in this fight, but I think it is important to note that we are seeing some setup for the future. We're seeing Ippo doubt Sendo's ability to fight against Ricardo, and we're seeing that he did learn some lessons while studying the Ring Kings in Mexico. He got to see Ricardo finally fight Billy, and I think that's kind of a good closeout for this arc. I think, in fact, this is probably going to be the end of the Mexico arc here on Hajime no Ippo, if I was going to call it. Now, Sendo will recover his fist. That's probably going to take 6 to 9 months for him to get fully back to the point where he can box again, because that's approximately how long it took Ippo. But we all know Sendo's a little bit crazier, a little bit wilder, and he's willing to do some nutso things to become better. Then you also have Ippo saying that he learned some multiple lessons within this whole trip. And I think he's going to learn what it means to have both technique and instinct on your side, both this animalistic nature, this, beat-in technique area, and it's going to show him what it takes to cross the line to be a monster. And I think we're finally getting into Monster Ippo after the Mexico arc, and I'm really excited for it. I do predict we're going to have some pushback from Takamura. I'm really interested to see what fights they have next. It's either going to be Miyata, Mashiba, because that was kind of alluded to right here, seeing Mashiba in Billy and Ippo. Billy's fight with Ricardo, and seeing Ippo reflected in what kind of happened, only Ricardo did it much more gracefully and without breaking his damn hand. Or I hope we see Volg, because I can never say his name, but I love seeing him box. So let me know what you think the next arc is going to be. I'm very, very excited. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more manga and anime-related content. And for everyone new and old, welcome and welcome back. It's your boy Lohuli, and I'll see you next video.